Let 'em come, let 'em come, let 'em come. We'll only have to beat 'em again. It's the best team in London, no, the best team of both. Everybody knows us, we're called Millwall. Let 'em come, let 'em come, let 'em come. Let 'em all come down to the den. It's Saturday, Congo Lane, we've all come down to cheer. We've had our jelly deals and our glass of beer. Come rain or shine, all the time our families will bring. And as the Lions run on the pitch, everyone will sing. Let 'em come, let 'em come, let 'em come. Let 'em all come down to the den. Let 'em come, let 'em come, let 'em come. We'll only have to beat 'em again. It's the best team in London, no, the best team of all. Everybody knows us, we're called Millwall. Let 'em come, let 'em come, let 'em come. Let 'em all come down to the den. It's Saturday in Congo Lane, we've all come down to cheer. We've had our jelly deals and our glass of beer. Come rain or shine, all the time our families will bring. And as the Lions run on the pitch, everyone will sing. Let 'em come, let 'em come, let 'em come. Let 'em all come down to the den. Let 'em come, let 'em come, let 'em come. We'll only have to beat 'em again. It's the best team in London, no, the best team of all. Everybody knows us, we're called Millwall. Let 'em come, let 'em come, let 'em come. Let 'em all come down to the den. Let 'em all come down to the den.
Oh, good evening. Oh, hang on. That's better. Good evening. How are we doing? Where are you? There you are. Okay, I'm going to quickly look at the comments. Make sure that everything's good as it should be. Sound. Yeah, I've not done it for a while. I've been a bit out of practice with the live streams. I'll be back on Saturday, by the way, for a live stream. I'm not going to Burnley. Absolutely not a chance. Sorry, it's absolutely freezing in here. The heating is on. I'm actually sitting with a blanket over my legs and I'm right next to the radiator. But I've been at work for... When am I going to work? I'm going to work Thursday at 4. No, Friday at 4. That's wrong again. Friday at 8 in the morning till Sunday at 8 in the morning. I left work, come home, had a shower, went to the ground, picked Henry up on the way. We had some breakfast. We went to the ground. And while I was at the game, I was on call. I got the call for work. So I dropped Henry back to Bexley Eve, went back to work in Beckenham, and I got home about 4 o'clock today. So I've not had the chance. I had nothing with me. I always go fully loaded with cameras and bags of shopping and duvet sets and all sorts, but I had nothing with me. So I've not had a chance today to film the post-match, and I've been really busy at work as well, so no chance. So I'm going to do it live. I'm going to do the show, and then once I've done the show, I'll go to questions, transfers, etc. afterwards. But if I see and read the comments, I will not do the show. So I'm going to come off the comments for now. I'll do it. And then once I give you my post-match from yesterday, we will move on to... We'll have a nice little chat. I'm in no rush tonight to go anywhere. Got a day off tomorrow. And I'm back in Wednesday at 4 o'clock. So let's do it. Okay. Lions TV, this is your post-match analysis video for yesterday's 2-1 win against Swansea City at the Den. As we know, it was 2-1. We won the game. It's a good Christmas period, in my opinion. The point we got on New Year's Day against Southampton, like Kenny said in his post-match at Southampton, that point becomes a very good one if we get the job done against Swansea City. So let's take a look. First of all, the squad from yesterday's game. It was Crocombe, Sturge, Kramer, Cooper, Taylor, Ballow, Mitchell, Ivanovic, Nesley, Aziz, and Langstaff. The gaffer reverted to a 4-4-2, and I found it very exciting and very attacking that he's prepared to go to it for it. And I thought that he proved that later on in the game as well with his substitutions. But the reason I put the squad on the screen is The bench, Bender, McNamara, Doty, Leonard, Amaku, Brian, Matthews, Bangura Williams, and Derek Mazusako. Now back with Billy Mitchell. Now back with Ryan Leonard. I'm hearing that Josh Coburn, amongst others, is not far away now. So what did that mean in terms of team lineup? There you go. That's not right. That's not right. I think that's the 11 I predicted. I put the wrong graphic on the screen. So ignore that. I'll have to go off memory. It was Crocombe in goal. Cromer right back. The twins, Cooper and Taylor, the central defence pairing. It was Zach Sturge at left back. I want to talk a little bit about Zach Sturge later. I've reminded myself. You can remind me if I forget, because someone's already put it in the comments. In the centre midfield, it was Billy Mitchell and Camille Nesley. And then it was Aziz on the right. It was Ballo on the left, and up front, not the deadliest of duos, but they're getting better. Mihailo Ivanovic and Macaulay Langstaff. I said in my full-time reaction that this was very similar in the second half in a lot of ways to the Bristol City game. In contrast to that, it couldn't have been any different in terms of at the end of the Bristol City game, I was saying, how the fucking hell have we won that game, which doesn't happen often and is good. At the end of this game, I was fully prepared and getting ready for a full-time reaction to say, that's what I said at Bristol City. Now today I'm saying, how the fuck have we not won this game? Because we absolutely buried Swansea. I thought we was brilliant for long periods, especially the entire first half. When, let's be honest, we could have been 5-6-1 up at half time, if not for their goalkeeper. Funny enough, someone put in the comments of one of our YouTube videos, his name escapes me, is it Vigouroux? Oh, it might be Vigouroux. He was the goalkeeper years ago when we drew 2-2 away at Swindon. And he apparently was giving our fans some that day. I do remember it. I think it was 2-0 up in the game. He scored 2 early goals. Byron Webster got one. Did Lee Gregory get the other? In the yellow kit away at Swindon. I keep saying Swansea. It's SW, isn't it? Just changes after that. This is why I like to do a nicely edited show, because I do make quite a few mistakes, in case you hadn't noticed already. So, yeah, he definitely was. I mean, the comments on that, not just on YouTube, but on our comments and across, you know, shall we say, more recognised official channels, that it was a Champions League performance from a Championship goalkeeper. He was absolutely brilliant. So let's get into it. I thought he was very good on the front foot. As I said, Alex Neil set out for me, showed intent that we was going to try and attack them and we was going to go for the win. Wish we did. It got to one point in the first half and I said to Henry, you know what's going to happen here. We've absolutely peppered them. They're going to nick one on the break. But it didn't happen. We did get a breakthrough. But before that, loads of good early chances. I think we had something like 4 corners and 3 shots on goal within the first 10 minutes. I think at half-time, the total corner count was something along 6 or 7, because the fella in the box next to us had he said, my boys just put it on just before the game, 10 corners. So really good, really strong going forward. Nesley looks like he's got his confidence back. Ballo, I didn't think was outstanding, but I think he always plays better when Aziz is on the pitch. We all play better when, not me, because I didn't play, all you, but all the players play better when Aziz is on the pitch. I thought the defence were really threatened. They had one shot in the first half, didn't they, which Crocombe sort of caused himself with a loose clearance that went straight to their player, and from the attack, Crocombe looked good and parried it round the post. But other than that, not threatened at all by the Swansea goal. They are predominantly one of those sides, especially years ago under Russell Martin and the likes of him. They like to pop the ball around a lot around the back. I did say that about Southampton, and I said it against Ipswich. But they seem to have slipped out of that bit, and I just thought it was total domination from us in the first 45. Chances we had, Kramer headed the one, didn't he? Back across goal, and the goalkeeper was rooted. Dipped just over the bar. Nesley sort of put in a ball into a good area. I'm not sure if it was shot or a cross. Their goalkeeper bounced right in front of him, that one as well. And he gets down well. But the two I want to talk about is the two from Ivanovic. The one where it's cut back from Dokastan's side and Ivanovic runs across the ball. From where we were sitting, I thought it was in. I was up. I mean, I wasn't just, it ain't gone in. I was up and I was off. I thought, I weren't going anywhere, but I thought it was in. I was fully celebrating. And somehow it's not gone in. And then for the follow-up, Langstaff's managed to miss it. That actually happened twice in the first half. 2 good saves from the goalkeeper, yes. Mihailo Ivanovic proving, like he did with his goal, which I'll get to in a minute, and proving with those chances that he doesn't miss those sort of chances. He always gets something on them. He'll get an effort on goal. The goalkeeper will have to save it. And that's what I keep saying back to a couple of weeks ago, where I feel, okay, he's not the best at holding the ball up. But that's the only conversation we seem to have is, he don't hold the ball up. Why didn't he win that header? We're not talking about him in front of goal, and now we are. In front of goal, he's good. I've said this so often, so many times. If you give him a chance, he'll score. or at least get on target. His finishing isn't his problem. His problem is the rest of his play, which of course is a big part of football. But sometimes I feel that, okay, we know he's not very good at that, and we know he needs to improve, and I'm sure he knows that he needs to improve. But we don't talk about him in and around the goal enough for a striker, which says to me that he's not getting a service. On these occasions, he got them both at goal. It's good link-up play from those two strikers. I thought they looked like they actually, when they played up front before, they're just two separate strikers on a pitch. I felt that they started to build a bit of an understanding, and with Coburn allegedly coming back in time, potentially for Burnley, so I couldn't grab my hands. It's fucking absolutely taters in here. I feel like they built an understanding. So the two chances, it's similar. Both of them are similar because they was almost identical. It was mad to the one that Barrow missed at Southampton. Yes, an outstanding save, but should we be saying that's an unbelievable save or that's a terrible miss? In all three of those instances, the two from Langstaff against Swansea and the one from Barrow at Southampton, it comes across quick. The reaction from Langstaff is good. He's following in on the goalkeeper, which I kept saying he doesn't do enough, and he checks his run and slides in for opportunities. So maybe he's watching the channel, but he definitely did that. It's similar in terms of the Barrow one at Southampton because he's just so close to the goalkeeper. It comes at him an instant. He's not got. I know he's right in front of the goal, and you think he's got the whole goal to aim at, but he hasn't because the keeper's so close. And as a keeper, you always talk, to come off the line to narrow the angle because the closer you are to the striker, obviously, it's pretty obvious that you're going to make the target smaller. So with him being right in front of Langstaff on both occasions, you'd like to think Langstaff would have got one of them in. The second one, I thought he should have just followed through, made first contact with the ball, took the keeper, took the ball, took the fucking lot and landed in the lower tier of the away stand. But he didn't. But there were definitely positive signs. But I did start to get that feeling in the first half that it was going to be, another one of them days. They'll nick one, then sit back. But it wasn't. It's a really good goal, actually. I'm not sure how it first came about, but someone's given it to Nesley. He's knocked in a really good ball. It's flipped on, I think I said in my full-time reaction, by Cooper. When Cooper, Kramer and Taylor all go up, one of them gets their nut on it. I'll say to Emery, which one was that? Which one of them was that? Because they're all similar size. My minces are fucked. And they're all good in the air, in the other opposition box. It was actually Kramer that gets the flick on. And then Taylor that heads it back across goal. So Taylor's got 1 goal, 1 assist, and about 3 shots on target in the game for a centre-back. Looking like a very, very good signing. And we're going to talk about signings shortly. And Ivanovic, give him a chance in front of goal. It's actually a half chance. He swivels in one motion. We've seen him do it a few times. Fires past the keeper. And in terms of when I said Langstaff was so close to the goalkeeper, he couldn't move, Ivanovic was close enough to the goal to be strong, have good positioning, show composure, hold off his man, and turn and whip it in one motion. And he was close enough to the goal that the Swansea keeper didn't have time to react. In the middle of the net, but it doesn't matter. Keeps it low, keeps it on target. And then the most difficult ones as a goalkeeper when they're right close to your legs, to your body. You can't get your hand down quick enough and you can't get your foot out quick enough. So we're 1-0 up, half time. I do say a lot in games, in post matches as well, and I find myself saying it to the boys at the den. If we haven't performed in the first half, don't worry, the gaffer will get into the second half. He'll give him a rocket. It was the complete opposite. And as I said, in terms of the Bristol City game, how have we won that? To me almost saying, because Caleb Taylor's goal was an injury, of course, how have we not won that, which we did? It was a complete, same for this one, because we can see the goal almost straight away in the second half, like we did at home to Bristol City, from exactly the same similar position. And then after that, for 20 minutes, I felt we struggled, which I'll go on to in a minute after that. But Zach Sturge, again, look, I've said this, I've defended the Ivanovic and I've defended Nesley, and I've said I don't want Nesley in the side. I fully hold my hands up for that. The videos are there. People can go out and clip them up. They probably will. Happens a lot on Twitter, which I'll always take because it all goes in the same pocket. But I said Nesley hasn't become a bad player overnight. Zach Sturge is doing now, similar to when Danny Mack and Billy Mitchell come into the team. I know he's not one of our own, but yeah, new player, hero, brilliant. And they was both flying, Mitchell and McNamara. And then for some reason, amongst our fan base, they both turned to figures of hate. Man, they're shit. They're just playing for us because they're Millwall fans. No, and then they dropped off. And now, I would say Mitchell is higher up the pecking order than McNamara, although they're in different positions. I think Mitchell played well in the game. For people who say that Mitchell is glorified Ben Thompson or he's just legs, I don't agree with that at all. And I'll give you an instance. He retains the ball very well, yes. He actually had a shot in the second half build. He's just over the bar. Unlucky. But he's close control on the ball, especially when he's got attention from opposition players and his pace of dribbling and keeping the ball close to him is very, very good. But going back to Sturge, I'm now not going to sit here and go, Zach Sturge is a bad player. That's why Chelsea got rid of him. Because that's what one of my mates actually said to me the other day. He's a good player with a lot of potential. He's come in from Chelsea, done well on loan, scored the goal as a permanent sign against West Brom. What a fucking player. Brilliant. And I actually said a while back, which I believed at the time, that he cemented that place as our first choice left back with a lot of competition in that area. I've noticed over the last few weeks, I'm not now saying he should get rid of him. I'm saying he's still a very good player. I think, to be fair, to give a fair summary, he's a lot better going forward than he is defending. And I'm saying that because people are starting to get him behind him a bit. And again, it could just be a dip in form in that instance, and he could recognise that himself. He might not recognise anything, and I might not know what I'm talking about, but I think I do. The Middlesbrough game at home, the Coventry game at home, the Wrexham game at home. Sorry, maybe not the Middlesbrough. Definitely Coventry, definitely Wrexham, definitely. I don't know why I can't say definitely or something. Definitely Portsmouth away, and definitely in the last two home games, they're getting in behind Sturge down that left-hand side. And I think it's part of the reason that Brian come on when he did and Doty come on when he did. But again, that's praise to the gaffer for changing it, for chasing that win, and showing now that, as I mentioned at the top of the show, getting people back and showing our strength in depth. But people are starting to get in behind a bit, and we're conceding a lot of goals at that end as well. Not at Fratton Park, obviously, but the goals I mentioned before, Wrexham, Coventry, and the two against Bristol City and Swansea, which are very similar. They're getting in behind Sturge, and they're causing him a few problems. So I'm not going to say he's shit. He's a good player, and I'm glad he's at the club, and he's only going to get better. But I do feel that's an area we might need to look at in the short term, shall I say. And I think that with a very capable back up there with Joe Bryan and someone that Sturge can also learn off, there could be something to look at this weekend. I think he probably will drop him out this weekend because, as I say, it's the FA Cup. We're away at Burnley. It'll be an interesting one to see what he does team selection-wise this weekend. Because, let's be honest, well, my personal opinion, let me know in the comments and I'll look after. I wouldn't have a problem at all if he got knocked out of the FA Cup, especially where we are. We'll look at the league table as well. So, we move on to the second half. I forgot to use a couple of graphics. I was so busy rambling. And there is Mihailo Ivanovic's swivel and goal for the first half. Second half, like I said, we conceded early, and it was very much mirrored to what happened at Bristol City. Not so much getting pinned in as badly as we did against Bristol City, because I thought they looked very strong, Bristol City. Swansea looked good, or did we make them look good? Again, that's one that's up for debate in the comments. And what is this lull that we suffered when we concede? Is it across football? Or is it just us? Because we concede and then we just looked like we couldn't get out for 20-odd minutes. And they're heading for a 1-1. And then Aziz comes off and other subs come on. Like I said, fair play to the gaffer. He went for the win and we showed good strength in depth on our bench. Now they're starting to come back. Derek Mazusako come on and got some very important minutes. Doty and Brian come on, like I said, and give us that push. Doty was involved in the goal, wasn't he, for the winner. But what I like about this victory as well, it's a battling display. Although it's dominant in the first half, definitely wasn't in the second. Although we had no chances in the second. We had another 3 saves from their goalkeeper. The first one, I think, is Caleb Taylor again, gets a header on it. It deflects and it's rolling towards goal. Their goalkeeper's past him because we was just outside of him. He's dived sort of behind himself and tips it around the post. And a couple of other really good saves from their goalkeeper in the second half. But what I liked about when Aziz come off was the fact that I said this the other week. It wasn't against Bristol City. It was against someone else. Oh, Southampton at home. Aziz comes off and I'm like, oh, we're fucked without him. We proved again there, like we proved for the entire Bristol City game, like we proved when Femi come off against Southampton and again against Swansea on Sunday, we can do it without him. And the players can take a lot of pride in that, a lot of confidence because we can't be this one-man team. I actually think since Aziz come back from his injury and then he played a couple and then he got suspended, and he's come back again. From that point of that first injury at Oxford, I don't think he's been anywhere near his best. A lot of his crosses in the first half were in the first man. But look, that's fine. I'm not digging him out. I'm saying you can have an off day because there's a lot of pressure on him to do well all the time. His missus just had another baby. If you hadn't seen the club's social media posts, congratulations to the Aziz family, which are now 4 and not 3. So, yeah. But I'm really pleased with the players, and they should take a lot of pride from that and a lot of, you know what, if the chips are down and say, God forbid Femi does get injured again, we can come back. We know we can do it without him. And it's exactly what happens. It's a corner towards the end of the game. I don't think Doty's first delivery is very good. And it comes back out. I can't remember who gave it to him back again. It may have been Ballo. Ballo was involved in the winner at Bristol City, wasn't he? And he was involved in a winner at Southampton, both at home Southampton. Obviously, the away game is 0-0. Both instances. I'm not sure who gives it to Doty, but Doty puts a fucking absolute Premier League quality peach of a cross. And Taylor's there again for about his fucking fourth effort on goal and the third one on target. And he's got attention from a defender. He gets his head in it. He heads it down. And I'm taking nothing away from Caleb Taylor. For everything I've said about their goalkeeper, out of all the ones that have gone at him on the day, he probably should save that one. He sort of dives forward. Sorry, he dives backwards and he sort of throws his knee at it. And as he puts his hand there, it actually hits his body in front of his hands and goes and shoots into the side there. But look, we're not complaining. Fucking absolutely brilliant. Again, we've had some obviously it was the new year, wasn't it? And I see people post on Instagram. I don't do shit like that. Not anything against it. I just can't bother to go back through my camera and go, what a year I've had. Sorry, but I was thinking the year we've had as Millwall fans and highlights from that, just from the season so far, really. Let me know your highlights in the comments. The West Brom game and the Femi Aziz wonder goal and Zach Sturridge scoring that day as well. That's got to be up there. Crystal Palace away in the Cup, although we lost the Ryan Leonard equaliser, has got to be in there. The Southampton game, obviously, absolutely has to be up there. And Caleb Taylor's goal as well is another one. I'm trying to think of other away games. I've been to plenty. I should be able to think. But the Norwich away was really good opening day as well. So we get the victory. And it sees us sitting fifth in the table. We are only 3 points now off Middlesbrough in second, of course. Ipswich, Hull and Watford didn't play this weekend. Their games were postponed. Hull was supposed to be playing Watford. That was actually an actual joke, that, because the Watford fans went all the way up there. The game got called off. They was all in the stadium. There's blowtorches on the pitch, and Watford are now coming and saying that we didn't want the game called off. We actually went to their fans to apologise, saying it should have been on. So I'm not sure what will happen with that, but will probably be replayed at some point. Ipswich also didn't play, and in their absence, Middlesbrough found a bit of form after no wins in 4, I think it was, by absolutely spanking someone. Who did they beat 4-0? They battered someone. I can't remember who it was now off the top of my head. But a good result for them, and it's very tight at the top. We are currently 3 points off the top 2. Wrexham making a little surprise surge there as well. They've had a little surprise Zach Sturridge. They're having a few good results. Wrexham, Birmingham, in contrast, who came up with them as champions, and they both tipped to do well, are going in the other direction in a minute. People losing their jobs left, right and centre, not just in our league, in the Premier League as well, and abroad, north of the border, should I say. Celtic manager lost his job today. Ruben Amorim, of course, was sacked by Man United. And there's been others. There was another one that was in mid. Oh, Chelsea, didn't he? He walked or left, whatever his fucking name was, Maresca. So things are looking up. I think that's a good Christmas period, in my opinion. I've got, where are they? There they are. Our last 5 fixtures. Beyond that, unbeaten in our last 4. After that shit show at Blackburn, the players have really turned it round. So fair play to them. Blackburn, never a happy hunting ground for us. And it wasn't for Charlton on Saturday because finished 2-0 up when they drew 2-2. But yeah, 4 games over the Christmas period, 2 wins, 2 draws, 2 clean sheets. Only 4 goals scored in 4 games, as you can see. And all of those were scored in 2 games. Yeah, so that's a good return in my opinion. I'm not looking forward to the break. I'm not going next weekend. I need a Saturday off because now I've got a real job. I'm all in on that because I'm just fucking like a lunatic trying to get as much money together to go to America in June. I've got a couple of other trips as well lined up. Kelly's stag do and one other because the person, I won't say because that person who, well, he does know we're going on a trip. It's Henry's birthday this month, 27th. My birthday's the day after. If anyone wants to send me a card. Or a present, be better than a card. No one reads cards today. You just get one of them with the cards, don't you? Anything money in it? No. Oh, no, yeah, sorry, thanks. Thanks, Nan. Then I said, thanks, Nan. I ain't got Nan. Well, I did have. Not anymore. So that's it. That's your post-match analysis done. It was 24 minutes gone. Only a couple of slight hiccups my end as in terms of I used the wrong graphic. It's all part of the fun, though, isn't it? Let's go to comments. How are we, everyone? I hope you're well. This was going to be a den debate today as well, but just struggle, man, to get everyone together. And by the way, fair play to Chaps. He's a lovely bloke. When my dad passed away, Chaps didn't even, I'd never even met him, and he put something out on his channel saying thoughts go out to me. So I messaged him, I got his number, and I messaged him, thanked him for that. And since then, we've become, I'd like to say, friends. I'm considering cancelling that friendship though, because I've recently seen some leopard print trousers he was wearing on his holidays to South Africa. No, he's a good man. We've been for a couple of beers a few times, and they've just been nominated for Best Championship Podcast. I'm not offended because I don't do podcasts really. But he's very good, Chats. Very good. Lovely bloke. Got a good team around him now. And they're doing a lot of podcasts every week. There's like 7 of them on there. So I'm like, fuck, your mates must like you more than my mates like me, because I can't get fucking anyone to come on with me at the minute. And on that basis, I've seen a lot of comments lately. Can we have some different people? So when I started Lions TV, I did used to stand outside the ground and grab random people. And that's how I met Kenny, who's now marrying my cousin. So it's the love story we never knew we needed from Lions TV. I met the O'Maras, never met him before. The Flying Scotsman now on board. We've had others down the years. I brought Colin in the other day, who's a good mate of mine and loves Millwall, always around it. And he did the interview with Alex Neil. Colin's going to be more involved in podcasts going forward. But what I like to do is I like to character build. People get invested in the characters. I know the O'Maras get a lot of love. We've only got to watch their video from the other night. Lions TV in the background. You know, Kenny's got a little following up. We've got a little community build. It's good to have those characters, and you follow those characters. The Flying Scotsman's coming in there as well, even into the Flying. Warren, if you're watching. So I like to do that, but I do get what people are saying. The problem is what people don't understand, right? I earn a pittance from doing it, right? I earn about 25 grand a year from doing Lions TV. I've got no problem with telling you that. And I've been living off that for years now, and enough's enough. So that's why I've gone back to work, which is, the 25 grand on top of a good job I've now got is lovely. That's why I'm going on 3 trips this year. But the boys, they don't get anything. I do offer them, the occasional night out, or if we go to the away game, I'll say, I'll drive and I'll pay for the Airbnb. It's on me. But they don't get paid. So this is a call to arms. If anyone thinks they got a bit and they want to be involved in the channel, then by all means, our website's at the bottom of the screen now, and you can DM me on social media. But I'm telling you now, you get fucking boiling hot in the summer, freezing cold in the winter. You got to go 90% of the games, and you get paid not a fucking penny. But if anyone thinks they're any good and they want to join the team, we're always looking. So there we go. Was that a rant? That wasn't a rant. That was just a little bit of information. How are we? Cole Bracey, good evening, mate. All right, let's go through all these comments. Say, fuck it, it's 260 online. We're only 27 minutes on. I've got nothing else to do. FGGA, how are you, mate? Hope you're well. Harry, regards to you, mate, and your lovely wife, Julia. I've met you, actually. I met you, was it Coventry away? H, we had a chat. Regards to Julia, I hope she's got a good China out. What are you saying? Happy New Year to all Mill fans. Nice one, H. Well done. I know it sounds daft, but I had tears in my eyes the game finished against Swansea. So proud of the boys. Look forward to the show. Thank you very much, mate. I hope you enjoyed it. I get what you mean. People always accuse me of crying. I mean, I don't cry, but I get very emotional. I do get a tear in my eye because I'm not sure your background, but mine, my son's a Mill fan. One of them is the other little shit. I'm going to come clean here. I've tried to get the little one to support Millwall. He won't support Millwall. He's fucking not having it. And to be fair to him, every time I've taken him, we've lost. He's an Arsenal fan, right? His stepdad's an Arsenal fan. So on my actual birthday, I'm seeing Henry the day on his birthday the day before. On my youngest actual birthday, my actual birthday, I'm taking my youngest to watch Arsenal at the Emirates. They're playing some team in the Champions League. If you're Fraser, you might be watching this, mate, so you don't even know that. I ain't told you, but it's not a birthday present or anything. Yeah, my mate said, I can get you smart. I thought, I might as well take him. Just do the fatherly thing, but yeah. Not regretting that decision, but it's be fucking cold and I couldn't care less. Arsenal gone, really. Dean Turner, are you, mate? Great. But no, sorry, getting back, H. What I was saying just quickly, I do get emotional. I do get tears in my eyes because it's about more than the football meal, isn't it? It's about where we've come from. It's about what our family generations have done and gone and done this. I've got programs in here, which I showed you before in the show from like the 50s when my dad was little. When his dad took him, Len, my granddad was called Len. My dad was called Len. He was Len Jr. So these people are not here anymore. It gets you. You're passing that on to your children and the rest of your family. It's more than just a football club, isn't it? Without getting too emotional. So there's nothing wrong with that, mate. You let them emotions out, and football's one of them few things that can. I've said this before. Like I've done fucking all sorts in my life. Stuff you shouldn't do, alcohol and more. nothing can make you feel like a football match. That's a free feeling. Like, you got to pay to get in, but if you could bottle that feeling and sell it, you'd be a rich human being. Dean Turner, how are you, mate? Great result, but not without a few worries. There you go. That was it. That's what I saw, Dean, as I was setting up tonight. Thanks for that. Oh, you actually put Sturgeon. I knew you meant. You changed it. Well done. Sturgeon was a liability, and Nesley is dangerous in his own half. Yeah, again, I think I've sort of covered this earlier. Not just us, all football fans. We're quick. He's shit. I'll do it. I'm not digging you lot out. Fucking useless. Get rid of him. They score a worldie. What a fucking player. And for those that are saying I was wrong, and I've got loads of grief and loads of clips on Twitter, again, which all goes in the same pocket. So thank you very much. #pay me. When I said Tanganga's not as good as everyone thinks. And I think, and or not, Caleb Taylor's already shown he can be as good, if not better. And I already think Kramer's better, although he's currently playing right back. And Sheffield United, all right, he's captain for them. He scored the weekend. Their game got called off. He scored the weekend before, or the game before. They've conceded like a record amount of goals with Japhet Tanganga as centre-half. Romain Esse, we're going to get onto it in a minute, he's out the door, Crystal Palace. He's not going to get in. He's never played. Manager said he's a lovely kid, but it's not my job to be a guardian. He's not nowhere near this level. So I think I've been proven right. And going back to the other side, I have defended, although I'm not slated him. I've criticised Ivanovic for not being able to hold the ball up. And I've criticised Nesley for pulling out of tackles and his form. And I've said at times, get them both out the side. But they're not bad players. Ivanovic scored 12 goals in his debut season after coming from Serbian, a low level of football. He wasn't even a full season. So we know the goals are there with a Serb. And I think if we invest in January, which we're going to get onto, well, it is January. Get the fucking checkbook out, JB. Now, I'm sure when the time's right, it will happen. But I see a few people saying online, I know nothing. And, a good mate of mine is involved. And we've made a pact now. I don't want to know anything. Don't tell me anything. Because I won't tell anyone anyway. But if it was to come out, and I have been told a lot down the years of players coming in, players going out, who's playing, who's not, don't tell me anymore. Because I don't want to fall out of him over it. And at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter, does it? I'm not interested in being one of these people in the know. I used to be. But I've got more going on in my life now. I was going to say, unfortunately, or fortunately, should I say. Dean. Oh, we've had that one. Yeah, so I get what you're saying, mate. Again, I don't think there was a liability. Nesley does worry me running towards his own goal, especially when he's not even facing the player. He's facing the... So he's on their team at times when he's running back towards his own goal, like sprinting along in front of him. But yeah, I get what you mean. But I just think it's form, mate, in my opinion. I don't think it's temporary. Class is permanent. Oh, there you go. Dave, you're over second thoughts. Let's stick with him. He's a good young player with a lot of potential. He's done good things for us. I just feel there's a lot to learn. And he's got, as I said, Joe Bryan there to learn from. And he needs a lot of games. He hasn't had that, how many games has he played, Sturge? He's been in all seasons. What's he played for us? 25 games? I think it's the only 25 games that he has ever played, in a first team scenario. Hey, from Svendenborg, Denmark. Come on, you Lions. Thank you. Thomas Tully. You're a regular Thomas Tully. I didn't realise you was from Denmark. Thomas Tully is quite an English name, isn't it? I think it is anyway. Good evening. Good evening, Andy East. How are you, mate? Very nice man you are, and always full of compliments for me, which I very much appreciate. Have I got to pull you up, Andy? Actually made me laugh. Someone just put on a full-time reaction the other night. Fuck me, you look like Rudolph. I did. My nose is like that. Might have been you, might not have been. Sean Bolger, but thank you, Andy. Always very complimentary. It don't go unnoticed. Hope you're well, mate. Sean, how are we? Evening, Dan. How you going to sum up that fantastic performance from our lads? Let's see. There you go. So the different opinions. Sean saying it was a fantastic performance. We got the job done. Swansea come into the game off the back of, I think, 3 wins out of the last 5. And Sacco's back. So I think things are looking up. And like I said before, it's like trying to, although we beat Bristol City, even after the Bristol City win, I said, we're like a boxer a minute, we're on the ropes. Despite that win, we're hanging in there in terms of, we know January the window's coming. We know we've got lots of players to come back, and we're grinding out results. It's a different, I go to Millwall a lot and I think, yeah, we deserved that win. Or fuck me, we was terrible, no wonder we lost. In those sort of 50-50 games when it could go either way, and we ain't played brilliant, but we ain't played bad. Why is it so cold in my house? The fucking radio's on full blast. Anyway, it's good to see we're sort of grinding out those different types of wins, I would say. Sean, thanks for your message, mate. Uh-oh. Gareth Gardner, you've been on the missing. I wonder what you've been up to. Happy New Year, mate. Hope you're well. Thanks for tuning in. Teddy, how are you, mate? Evening, boys. Sorry I can't make it tonight. Kids are rough. Oh, you put it on a WhatsApp group earlier. Teddy is our researcher. Heap praise on Teddy. This is where he comes good. It's his ways. He does some score predictions, which we stopped doing for a while because everyone's just busy with life and shit. You know what I mean? But Teddy, this is where Teddy earns his onions, mate, in the transfer window because he'll pepper that group with all sorts of rumours. And I'll lap them up and post videos out. Hope you're well, mate. Hope the kids, 3 kids under 6, is it? You're fucking mad. Say that now because my kids are grown up. Well, one of them is. The other one's just a constant pain in the arse. Sorry, Fraser, if you're watching. Great win, boys, says Dave Martin. Should be finished at half-time. Anyway, calm on your lines, onwards and upwards. Yeah, every time someone says onwards and upwards, I know it's not Kenny's saying. I know he never invented it. Which reminds me of Kenny. It was a great win. And it's a very strong Christmas period, in my opinion. Nice one, Dan, for the live stream. No problem. I will be back. I realised, 2:13's not bad. By the way, I was talking about Chat with Chaps earlier, wasn't I? And I said they got a good podcast. Go and watch it. Obviously, not nights when we're doing podcasts. But they've just been nominated for the Football Content Awards that we did a few years back. And we won back-to-back, by the way, Chapsy. No pressure. But they've been nominated for that, so I'll put it on our story. Go and give them a vote because we're all Millwall, aren't we? That's what we're saying. Christian Bastianelli, the muscles from Brussels. How are you, mate? You're coming over with Robbie Rotten for my birthday. That's why you chose that day. The Charlton game. Christian Bastianelli, the muscles from Brussels, and Robbie Rotten. I call his mate Robbie Rotten. They're good boys. They come over from Belgium, if you don't know. That's actually me and you again, Christian. There you go. That was taken at the Southampton game. And they've been coming over for, I think, 30 years, Christian, did you say you've been coming over? They come over, 5-6 times a season? And the last time he came over was the Southampton win. So bring the luck with you, mate, and we'll have a chat. That's for 4 days before my birthday, that is. Big D. Are the rumours true on Romain Esse? I know. I was thinking about what to say, but the way I said it is if I knew something. I know absolutely fuck all. So if you haven't seen it today, I don't share every transfer rumor that comes out, but this one honestly would not surprise me. Romain Esse, we spoke about earlier, went to Crystal Palace. He's not made the cut. And again, look, he may well make it in the Premier League, but he's not really been given the opportunity, has he? Since he signed for Palace, they've been flying. Unfortunately, won the FA Cup, got in Europe. They're in the Europa Conference something or other, and that's hit their league form at the minute because they're playing like fucking non-stop. But he'd already been linked with Bristol City. He'd already been linked with Coventry City, Romain Esse. And now claims are on social media and the like. I've never seen the like. I can't speak. I say that's a little dart swing in it. That we could be in for Romain Esse. I posted it earlier, and I do read our comments sometimes on social media as well, on Instagram. And I read it and I thought, yeah, do you know what? You're right there. And the guy's comment was, absolutely, why not? If he's not going to cost us anything and we can get him in on loan until the end of the season, why wouldn't you? Just in case, God forbid, like I said earlier, Femi gets injured or to cover other players. We'd like to get a lot of injuries at Millwall. I'm not sure if it's more than other clubs. It does seem like that, but I don't check other clubs' squads and injury statuses. So on that basis, absolutely, why not? Would he like to come back? Well, of course he would, I'm sure. The only reason he might not, just as it popped into my head as I was saying that, is that he might not want to not move backwards in his career, but he might think, well, I've been to Millwall when I've done that. As I said, Coventry are rumoured to be interested. I think he'd choose us over Bristol City, but Coventry have a chance to maybe make his move permanent. And it's looking like, despite their recent falter, that he could be going back. They are could be going to the Premier League for the first time in fucking hell since about 2000. The first FA Cup I ever remember seeing, FA Cup final, was Spurs against Coventry. Coventry won 3-2, 1985, I think that was, 86. So growing up, Coventry were a big side. As we've seen over the years, they lost their ground. They've fallen away. They almost went out of the league at one point, and now they've come all the way back, and they're knocking on the door of the Premier League with Fat Frank at the helm. So Esse, on that's that side of the argument, absolutely yes. When people say, "No, fuck him, he's burnt his bridges, he's gone to Palace," and blah blah blah. Look, football's a business, and if you're involved in business, I'm going to use the weirdest example ever here. Look at Vince McMahon in wrestling, right? People fucked him over down the years. He fucked people over, but they always come back if needed, and he always builds those bridges because Business is business. And if it's good for the business and it works, then bring him back. I do think there's more of a case for this one than, for example, a Jed Wallace one. When people keep saying, we'll have Jed back. We've moved on from then as a club, okay? Jed was with us in League One. Jed was our main man. But Jed's been at West Brom 3 years and then into the relegation zone in a minute. I'm not sure he's getting any more. He's done now in his career. Romain Esse is for us, proved that he was very good over sort of... I only think he was good for that one season when he was in and out, wasn't he? Wasn't even in a... He only started at the back end of last season. And I think he played something like 17 games. He had 17 good games and Palace bought him. So I think there's a point to prove for Esse, for him to sort of kickstart himself again. He could even come up with us and we could make that a permanent. But I don't think we should consider this one in the same bracket that we do the Jed Wallace one, where, yeah, get Jed back. No, that's gone. That was a different league. That was a different era, a different manager. That was, 5 years ago. Romain Esse, very recent. Will he fit into our team lineup? Of course he will. Do we play that sort of player? Absolutely. So I wouldn't be opposed to it, and I've got no issues with where he's been or he's played for, or he said whatever he said. I don't know if he said anything, but it doesn't matter. Business is business. And if we can use him for our own benefit, don't worry about him. He's got a point to prove. He's going to want to play well. We can utilise him, and he does us a favour. Don't look at it in the terms of, fuck him. Well, can we use you for this period, for that purpose? Okay, we will. Now you can fuck off again. But if he comes back and does well, who knows? Could get a permanent move. Could be similar to a George Saville thing where we sold George Saville for 8 million to Middlesbrough, didn't we? In the end, we wanted to buy Savs back. But we still owed them $1 million. I think, was it something along that? So they just went, no, they still owed us $1 million. And we said, we'll let you off the $1 million if you just give him back. Could be something along the lines, or I imagine Palace would have paid the lot up front. Other positions while I'm covering that, and I'll go back to some more questions. Other positions I think we could do with strengthening in the transfer window. In goal, no, we're fine. Although Lucas Jensen came back, didn't he? And he's got re-injured. So we'll get hold of Bender for now as cover. And we've got the other dude, what's his name? Joe something, the little bald, skinny geezer who don't look like a goalkeeper. Joel something. What's his fucking name? It doesn't matter. He's never going to play. Conal Truman Mark III, we should call him. Ryan Sanford the third, shall we call him? Right back, I think Kramer was right back and everyone's going, he's brilliant, but we've got to play him centre back. I think now that Taylor and Cooper's just on the new contract, of course, they're going to be our centre backs now. I think Kramer's even better at right back than he is at centre back, and I think you can't take him out because he gives us so much going forward, Kramer. And you've got Danny Mack there as cover, and you've got Ryan Ennis. So right back, we're nicely covered. Left back, we spoke about earlier, Brian Sturge and Dosey can all play there. Sorted, bang. Centre backs, the two I mentioned, the twins, because they look like alike, they travel alike. They're both about 9'4", and they both get on the end of things. Caleb Taylor's like a young Jake Cooper now with his goals that he's weighing in with. Other than that, we've got fucking hell, Wes Arden. I forgot about him. We've got Wes Arden. We've got Kamal Grant. But first and foremost, if something was to happen to one of the centre-backs, I think Tristan Kramer will come back across. So goalkeeper and back four, don't think we need anyone. Central midfield, Mitchell's back now. Mazu Sakho's back. I'm not sure how far away. Well, we know Luongo and Smallbone are likely not going to play for Mill again. Luke Cundall can play there. Casper De North, I've not anything on Casper. Is anyone else? Let me know in the comments. But I think in the short, we might go and get another central midfielder. Because if anything does happen to Mazu Sakho or Mitchell, again, touch wood, we are in the shit. So I think possibly a lone central midfielder will go and buy. I don't think we'll go out and buy anyone because we've got this new age structure that we're going for, young Millwall players. I'm on fire tonight, by the way. I've just noticed. But anyway, let's carry on. I actually meant that as well. I think we might sort a loan, an experienced lone central midfielder. And when I say experience, I don't mean journeyman. I mean a good, solid central midfielder, proven, maybe from a Premier League, an older one from a Premier League. I know I said not old, but not someone who's done shots of bits, journeyman, no kneecaps left. Someone that can come and do a job until the end of the season, just to oversee things, make sure no one gets injured, manage a game coming off the bench like Saville could, like Luongo was good at. The 10, I mean, they're queuing up in the 10, really. Excuse me. If we play a 10, people have said initially in the 10. People have said, I have as well, Aziz in the 10. It's a difficult position to play. I'm not always going to play it. But I would love to see us go and invest heavily in a 10. Do we need one right here, right now? No, because I think we've got the numbers to cover it. But if we're serious about going up, which I believe we are, and I don't think you're ever going to get a better opportunity in this season. The league is weak / it's competitive. I'm not sure. But Southampton, Leicester have not hit the heights of day. You've got Sheffield United still down there, although they're rising on and off. They're a bit in and out, and we're never going to get a better opportunity. So I think it's the time to go out and splash. Where he'll splash big, I think needs to be a striker. Okay, Langstaff's doing all right. He works hard. He's a good squad player. He can do your job if needed, like he's proven over the last few games. But he's not going to score you. I'm not going to say 20 goals a season. That's a rare find now. Back in the day with Alan Shearer hitting 30 and Ian Wright and Thierry Henry and Andy Cole, Les Ferdinand and people like this all hitting 25, 30 goals. Football's changed and it's more about the striker involving and other players getting involved in the weighing in with their fair share. So, but I would like to see us go out and buy a striker on the basis of, I think Ivanovic is still, again, similar to Sturge, still a lot to learn, but improving, and I'm definitely glad he's at the club. Langstaff will do as a squad player. Nothing against Langstaff. I think he's played really well over the last couple of games, but I don't. He's 20. He's 29 this February, I think. So realistically, even if he did a Jamie Vardy, he's 5 years too late, isn't he? Because Vardy's all hit the ground at 24. But Langstaff's all right to have around the place, but he's not. If we're serious about getting promoted, and people might argue with that because we've picked up points like we've been in the side, haven't we? 4 points off 2 starts from Macaulay Langstaff. And the other one is Coburn. Now, I like Coburn. I think he's a good player. A lot of you don't. I think, again, a lot of potential, but a better all-round player than Ivanovic. Knows the league, got experience in it. I think he could be a very good player, but I've got sorry, Josh, if you're watching, which you're probably not, I don't know why I say that, I've got no confidence in his ability to stay fit. So on that basis, I'd like to see us invest, I would say, heavily in a centre forward. Then I'm thinking, will we invest heavily in this window? Steve Gallum, Mark Fairbrother, Alex Neil have all said it's difficult to get the big signings in these windows because people don't want to let players go because the season's off and running. But I would like to see it. I think we might bolster in those areas, but not spend big. But on the wings, sorry, I laugh because it's a little private joke in the Lions TV group. Someone said something the other day about SA coming in, and I put the Spider-Man meme on. I put when it's 3 of them, SA, Ballo, and Amako all turn up to training. Our wingers are very much like that, aren't they? They're all quite lightweight. They've all got talent, but don't know how to channel it properly. They're all a bit raw, but haven't got the final product. SA more so, but he's not back at the club yet, and I don't know if he will be. So, I don't know. There was something leaked on Twitter the other day, wasn't there, about Idemo Maku. Someone from within Oxford United, within their structure, they've got all their transfer targets in a graph on the table, and someone's took a photo and sent it, and it's gone fucking round like wildfire, as these things do. And Idemo Maku was a key target for Oxford. So that would play into the SA thing, wouldn't it? And I'm not saying Maku's leaving, but I'm saying, yeah, wingers are like that in general. You don't find an horrible little bastard of a winger, do you? They're very in and out of games. They're good on the ball, but not very physical. They can have an off day more often than not. Numbers wise, we're covered. Do I think I was going to say, but I'd like to see another winger. Do I think the club will invest? No. I mean, the more I talk about SA, the more it's adding up on it with a loan. The more it's adding up, get someone in, like I said, with a central midfield. But I'd like to see us go out. I mean, what I'd love, if I had one wish as a Millwall fan, let me know your one wish for this season. I don't want to start knowing about your personal lives and what you want to do. If I could have anything in January, I'd have a very good striker. I would have got Ollie McBurney. I know he didn't cost a lot. Louis Barry's a name getting thrown around, but he's not done a lot of Sheffield United. He's gone back to Aston Villa. I would like, if the club went tomorrow, we broke our record again, £7 million on this striker. I can't tell you what a striker because I'm not very good with knowledge like that. That's for the researcher and the likes of Kira and you boys know a lot more about other teams' players. But if I could have one player in, I would have a very strong striker because I think the midfielders are coming back. That's another area that I think we'll be all right in. That's what I'd like to see. So what do I think we'll do? I think more I keep talking about. I'm convinced myself that Romain Esse could come back. And I wouldn't be opposed to that at all, like I've already covered. I think they'll go after a central midfielder in the short term as a cover. I think you'll see loans come in. I'd be surprised if we get a permanent. I could be wrong. I hope I am wrong because it'll be exciting times. But I think if we went out and went, look, if this is the problem with this football in this day and age, and I've said this a lot, you don't want to go now and try and unprove them. We've moved on from that as a club anyway. You ain't going to go and buy a striker from the Premier League. You ain't going to leave a Premier League side getting in, is he? Or a Championship. So you look, I suppose, abroad, which we're getting good at lately, and we've done well in that market. Or you look at, all right, who's the top striker in League One? I don't know who the top striker in League One is. That's still a gamble. It's hard. It's a hard bracket to find there. You either take a chance abroad or lower, or you go after unproven youngsters, which I don't think we should do in this. I think we need more experience in the squad as well. I will say that. Well, it's good to see that Leonard's back now as well. Joe Bryan's a bit of experience in there. But in that final third, I have said this. I mean, Billy Mitchell's experience. He's played a lot of games. He's 24 years old. And so is Casper the Nor. But I want an older head. I can't tell you. I know what I want, but story of my life. I know what she wants, but I don't know what she looks like where she is. So, yeah, what would you want in the transfer window? Let me know. I'm going to skip. Oh, there's been donations. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Adam Cooper, have a beer on me. Thank you very much, mate. It's much appreciated. I'm not drinking at the minute. I haven't had a drink since Christmas Day. For no reason, I'm doing Manjaro, and I'm just working so much that I've not had a chance to have a drink. But much appreciated. I will have a drink on my birthday, or Henry's birthday. We're going to his favourite Italian restaurant up the road. Paul Atkinson, thank you very much, mate. I hope you got your Blackburn ticket picked up that I sent up. I didn't hear anything. So I'm hoping that all went well, other than obviously the game. Yeah, super chats are open. You can donate to the channel. I used to go on about that a bit too much, if I'll be honest, in the past, because I was doing this for a full-time job. I'm not anymore. So super chats are there. If you want to donate, you can. It's all appreciated. It will just all go in the fund to go to America in June. I've booked my first flight. I booked more than one flight. I booked my flight from London to Chicago, day after Kenny's wedding. I won't go into all of it because I've done it 3 or 4 times. You're probably bored of hearing it. I got an internal flight from Chicago to Texas for the first game against Croatia. Then there's a 5-day break, so I'm going to tick some bucket list stuff off from when I was growing up. I'm going over to Oregon, Portland. I've got an internal flight there. I'm going to do the Goonie shit. Then I'm going to got another internal flight down to LAX. We'll do all the Back to the Future stuff. 2 days there. Then I'm flying all the way back across to Boston. I booked all them flights. It's all sorted. I'm going to have one last bash, 3 Lions TV. Then I'm retiring from England duty, not from work, unfortunately. Someone from Kuwait. Dari from Kuwait. I fucking love Millwall. Well, I love you now. This is the greatest first sentence I've ever seen. Been following Millwall since 2000s religiously. Oh, sorry, 2009. That's my minces. Took my wife and brother to a game 2 seasons ago. Fucking loved it. Dying to go back. That's for you, that one, mate. That's a great message. Well done. Well done. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you get back over. By the way, if anyone is in America, in any of the cities or places I just mentioned, give me a shout. Some fella did message me, and he went, "Oh, you're coming to California? Come to my bar." He's from Bermondsey originally. He owns it's not his bar in his garden. He owns a full pub. He sent me some videos. It looks unbelievable. It's got all Millwall and Rangers flags up. I was like, "Oh, I'm staying in Pasadena. Where are you? Close to there? I'll come." He's like, "Yes, yeah, 400 miles away." I was like, "Probably won't get there then, mate. I'm sorry." But yeah, anyone's over there is a Millwall fan, wants to have a chat, wants to do a bit on camera, or maybe even put me up for a day or two. I've actually got one of my oldest friends in the world that I grew up with. He actually lives in Atlanta, Georgia. So, brothers, he don't watch this. He's a Spurs fan. And he's just one rich, successful fucker anyway. He didn't watch this. Used to live next to Zac Efron on Wall Street. That ain't no bollocks. Absolutely caked. Moved to New York about 15 years ago. Mostly gets a, "All right, mate, remember me?" But no, he'll put me up when I get to Atlanta if the competition takes us that way. Good evening, everyone's favourite Dan Marsh. Definitely mine. Hope you're well, mate. Good evening, Gren Allen. Considering the injuries we've had this season, the position we're in the league, it's fantastic. That's a really good point, mate. And I've covered that in a way, but you've reminded me. Well done. Thank you very much. We always float sort of between 12th, 15th, and then early season. We have a terrible start. We're near the bottom 3. Then we work our way slowly and bounce like this. We yo-yo between sort of, I would say, like 10th and 15th, right? For argument's sake. Then from this point, we usually have a very good January, didn't we? And you saw all them things that appear on social media. Millwall, Bob Bolkowski's had more clean sheets than fucking Chelsea, Real Madrid, and then we go on this mad. I think we went on a 17-game unbeaten run one year, didn't we? this season, we've bounced pretty much from the first sort of 5 games in May, maybe, between third and seventh. If you didn't see the league table, I'll put it on the screen. We can have a cheeky. I can have a cheeky vote while you do that. But we currently sit 5th in the table. So now, if we do go and have that good January, we usually have. Do you know what? It's there, isn't it? It's fucking never been more there. It's never been more there. Oh, there's a game on now, isn't there? Leicester versus West Brom, isn't it? What's going on in that one? Kiefer Moore, mate. Who remembers that time we nearly got Kiefer Moore? They reported on Sky Sports. Me and Joe and Murray went live on deadline day. And within 5 minutes, someone squashed it. Me and Joe sat like a pair of donuts for another 5 hours. No experience. We want a Kiefer Moore or a Norris from Derby or a Callum Wilson. I get what you mean. Norris from... Oh, Morris. Oh, yes, sorry. Yeah. I know you mean that. The striker. He's the captain, yeah. That. Here you go. Well done, Joe. That's exactly the sort of player we want, I think. Yeah, but they're all taken and doing well, aren't they? Keith Moore's currently injured. Bradley's come in with a 1-1. Hang on a minute. Oh, I didn't do a pre-match prediction. It's not a prediction. You threw me off then, brothers. Let's have a look. I've gone top to bottom, missed loads of the middle out, but I'll work my way back up. I'm a little worried about the goals. We seem to be leaking, and I'm worried about our goalkeeper. He's got a few mistakes in him. I get what you're saying. I think he's made mistakes if he has. Luckily for us, unimportant times. We always seem to have issues with our goalkeepers and their kicking. He done one against Saturday. But I feel a lot more assured with him in goal than I do Bender. As I said earlier, I'm not sure if people know. Jensen, I can't really see myself above all that comment. Come off the screen. Oh, it's gone back. Fucking hell. Hanging around like me in Atlanta when I turn up to be mates. I ain't seen for 10, 15 years. Yeah, I think he's all right, Crocombe. I'm now thinking, as I've just said there a minute ago, I'm now thinking, can we get promoted with Crocombe in goal? Can we get promoted with Langstaff up front? Can we get promoted with so-and-so in the team? And it's not all about one player, but that's my mindset. That's how I'm starting to think about these things. All right, the team we've got will do well, and they'll be in and around it, but will they get us promotion? I think you could get promoted Max Crocombe and going. Very little to do. A few games recently. But it's good that I'm thinking on that. I don't know if you are as well. But I think he's all right, Crocombe. He's better than a lot we've had, isn't he? Down the years. Better than the Jordan Archers, the George Longs, the Stephen Benders of this world. Bender had one absolutely phenomenal performance against Sheffield United. After that, absolute bag of nerves. And like Dracula, you don't like crosses. The table doesn't lie. We're 5th for a reason. And you are, like your name, Paul, you are very wise. You reckon Aziz could play up front if SA comes back on loan? That's a good question, John. I actually had this conversation with the boys at Southampton. I said to Henry, Kenny, and Danny, and Kenny's brother, Sonny, because the Serb missed that game, didn't he? So he was like, can you imagine Langstaff gets injured now? God forbid, what the fuck could we do? And I think it might have been Kelly said or Danny, throw AJ Matthews in. I don't think he will. I think he'd put Aziz up front, or he'd put Amaku up front. So what was the question? Sorry. Yeah, I don't think it will come to that, John. I think if it would have come to that on Saturday, maybe before, but I don't think it will come to that now. With players coming back and the window open, I mean, again, I don't know anything, hand on heart. I'm expecting players in. This week. That's why I've got my shifts around, having a couple of days off now, because that's just what I'm waiting for. Like Pete always says, let's not do that business. Let's not wait to the end of January. We knew this day was coming, and I get that, and I have said that, and I've backed Pete on that. But sometimes what you got, it's like when you buy a house and there's a chain, isn't there? You got to wait for that first one to sell before you can go in to your new home, and then they can come into your family home, and he can go and live on his yacht like Johnny Sinclair. Yeah, John Sinclair, not Sinclair. Sorry, I know what I meant. Yeah, so we might be waiting for movement elsewhere. There might, because otherwise, at the minute, who can you buy? You can go and break the bank, which suggested what are we in now? Was it the 5th of January today? Yeah, 5th of January. Only 4 days in, and New Year's Day was New Year's Day. No one's at work, are they? Well, I fucking was. But this week should move now. Everyone's gone back to. I know football clubs don't stop, but I mean, a lot more will be into it than that, won't it? There'll be fucking solicitors and paperwork and admin, and it's all part of it. So that's what today. That's the first day everyone's back in properly from work after Christmas. So I'm expecting movement this week. I really, really am. As Big Kev. Big Kev's on the missing. He said he couldn't be the sponsor anymore a week before the new season started. I was like, fuck, I thought it was coming. I said, no, it's fair enough. Because he got let down with some payments from some companies. And I said, Kev, I appreciate everything you've done over the last 5-6 years. You're very welcome to stay as part of the channel. I think he's a bit fucking annoying on these videos, if I'm honest. But my man, he's the most miserable man in the world, used to love Kev. And loads of you love him. No, he's not annoying, but sometimes he's a bit, whoa, all right, Kev. Because I have to cut stuff out. So it's things you don't see. So I said, you're more than welcome. Carry on. I've not seen him at the den. His family will sit in front of me. I don't know what's happened to him. Vanished off the face of the earth. I hope he's all right. He actually texted me, said Happy New Year, so I know he's all right. Where we going? We've done that one. Peter Zia. Peter Zia's been around for a long, long time. You used to go under a different name, Pete. You had a little alias, didn't you? I can't think what it was off the top of my head. Andy Carroll, kick, bollock and bite. But it wouldn't turn out right. That type of player, but definitely not Andy Carroll. Did I see the other day he's going to prison for something? Or he's up. I'm stuck in saying it wrong, isn't he? Armstrong had a good partnership with Idemo for Ireland under 21s. Who's he play for now, Jakey? Who's he play for now? Let me know. A fast, strong, tall striker like Ajimang. Oh, Derby. I thought you meant fucking. Who was I thinking? Pierre Aubameyang. I was thinking against he's played for Arsenal. Armstrong, Bristol City. Yes. Sinclair Armstrong. I always say, but again, you could get Sinclair Armstrong, but I don't think Bristol City, in a very similar position to us, are going to let him go for anything less than about £8 million. I've said it when he was at QPR. I would love Sinclair Armstrong, but again, I mean that if you went out and bought Sinclair Armstrong for a lot of money, again, I don't think he scores that many goals though. But he's an handful, isn't he? And he'll bring others in, and he'll fucking cause havoc. I like him, but Bristol City ain't going to part of him, but I like the thinking. Wall Lion 24. Again, Bristol, I don't even know who that is, to be honest with you, because my knowledge isn't great. I'm not digging you out. It's Bristol City, isn't it? I mean, if you go and buy a player from Bristol, go and buy a player from a team that are up and around where we are, then yeah, you get one of them that you like did for the comment earlier on from Kuwait. You go, fucking hell, that we are serious here. On the other side of that, which one matters to us, you have the other team's fans fucking screaming the house down, I would have thought. Hang on, the researchers share any secrets online. Tolaj from Plymouth, very good striker. All right. Oh, well, if you're saying it, I'll believe you because you're a good judge of a player. But all I'm thinking is Plymouth are in League One and they've been struggling. It doesn't determine, obviously, that makes him a bad player. Has he been notching in Plymouth? Is he young? Is it a project? What we don't want for a striker right here, right now, I would say is a project. We need a ready-made goal-scoring machine that can link the play well, that Ivanovic can learn off. That's what I think. Andy Carroll. It's from Dagenham Rib. He'd only part own that or something, I think. Oh, Volta. What happened to Volta Sampaio? He's back! Volta Sampaio! How are we, man? I was going to say you haven't been on for a while, but I've not been doing many. It's always a good day when Volta Sampaio is in the group. Fucking hell, it's bringing back a few memories. I've got to get back into live. I'm going to be doing a live on Saturday for the Burnley game. Kenny said to me today, do you want to go Burnley Saturday? I said, absolutely not a fucking chance. I've just got, as I said, loads of football's been going on, got loads of work going on, still trying to get my house done up, trying to sort that out this week. And I've got fucking 2 kids. Well, one's an adult, but, just a fucking trips left, right, and centre being booked. America to arrange. No wonder I'm single. I'm obviously not single because of my looks, am I? Clearly. Just because I don't want a bird. Anyway. Just ain't got time for anything. I literally work and go Millwall and see my kids. I don't do anything else. Probably a good thing. That's not had a drink since Christmas Day. Did I hear Casper and Coburn are back in 2 weeks? Yeah, I think I mentioned something along that earlier. Casper's exciting. Coburn's exciting, but I'm worried he won't stay fit. At the minute, I've just said I don't think Langstaff's the answer, and I don't think we'll get promoted with him in the side. They showed signs, them two, of a little spark there the other day. I thought they looked like a partnership. I thought they worked well together. Casper is on his way back. Kundal and Casper, 2 weeks. Ronnie Mummery. I would have took Kundal all day long a couple of weeks ago. Back for Watford. Look, again, they don't bowl me over, Kundal, but he's just fucking hell. There's another one. Get him back. Fucking put him back in the pot. He's effective, Kundal. I'd say more when we're playing like a 4-5-1 defensive, which we've gone away from a bit under Alex Neil now, which I'm pleased with. It's absolutely freezing. I'm sitting here with a blanket over me. I'm fully clothed, obviously. That's why I got this on. It's like a bit of one of my smarter tops, little M&S autograph number. Well, I think it's smart, but it's just thick. And I've been at work for 3 days, so I ain't done no washing. I'm just like, no, keeping this on. Kundal, yeah. Kundal can do the Andreas Vogelsammer, the George Honeyman, like that sort. I know Vogelsammer's a fool, but under Rowett, they used to play like 4-5-1 away from home and they tuck in. He did it well. Was it at Sheffield United? He's done it well a couple of times. Again, credit to Alex Neil. We seem to be going away from that now and just going for the win all the time, which I love. Yeah, it's definitely Watford confirmed. There you go. Let's have a little chat about through Alan Barden. Thanks for tuning in, mate. Caleb Taylor, a diamond in a haystack for us. Again, I saw him once against Crystal Palace. I said, fucking hell, he is good. People was like, you can't say that. You've seen him once. I was like, no, you're right. I can't say that. I have seen him once because I used to say that about people. You can't judge people in one game. But what I saw, just in terms of his presence, his composure on the ball and his ability to move it about. He's a centre-back, like I said. He scored a goal, got an assist, and about 4 shots on target on Saturday. It's not just headers with him either, is it? It's rockets like we saw against Southampton. So very good young player. This new mould that we're going after, this new bracket that we're looking at, the new structure, spot on with him. Absolutely brilliant. Alongside, I know Coops that's the thing, right? Coops gets dogs abuse, always has. I always defend him. Cooper signs a new contract. I posted it. Fucking Cooper. Coops, we love you, Coops. You're fucking unbelievable. You're the best player ever at Millwall. Coops, what a legend. Every other day of the week, everyone's fucking slagging him off. Gets a new contract. All of a sudden, he's the best thing since sliced bread. But Taylor, looking at a really good player. I do wonder, like, West Brom, what was you doing? Because you're worse than us. Well, sorry, we're better than you, should I say. We've proved that of our league finishes over the last couple of years. Yeah, you're a bigger club historically. Why did he not get a sniff? And it just shows, like I've said down the years about our players that have not got a sniff and gone on to maybe not such great things from the 21s. But unless you give someone that chance, you'll never find out. You'll never find out. We've done another very good deal there with Caleb Taylor. As long as Mavardson is far away, we'll be all right. I remember I cried one time when he got subbed on. Fucking hell, John Daly. I wonder what he's up to. I think last time I heard John Daly with Varson and Mason Bennett were at Harrogate Town. Could be wrong. Jakey, you said that you'd have SA back any day, one of our own. Yeah, covered that earlier. Is he one of our own now? Because he went there. Business is business. If it fits and it suits us, we're not bringing him back because he's one of our own. We're not bringing him back because, we really want to do him a favour. All right, you've left. We earn good money out here. There's no ill feeling from the club and SA. Of course there isn't, but from the fan base, there is some people. Can we bring you back in and use you in this scenario for that job to get it done? Yeah, then that's what we'll do. Not a problem as far as I'm concerned. Dave Martin. Dave Martin. That was his name. It's actually Joel Coleman. Sorry to correct you after you helped me out. Joel Coleman. I can't fucking know say it. Joe Koeman? Ronald Koeman's son. Jed wouldn't. No, he wouldn't. But like different side of that, he definitely would. Right. That is a lot of comments. That is an hour and 9 minutes gone. And I'm going to call it a day. Still 270 on the stream. I really appreciate that. But I've been flying solo, as you can see. I will be back on Saturday for a watch-along for Burnley away in the FA Cup break from league action. Do we want that right now? Probably not. Personally, yes, because I just could do with not going anywhere for one weekend. So I'm looking forward to that. It's good. We've got the community back a little bit. I need to do these more. It's just very difficult in this day and age. Very difficult in this day and age. For me, in personal circumstances, at a minute to go work, do live, but lives work better for me today because I can't film at work. I can film at work, but if I get time, don't think I mentioned I got promoted. Yeah, I did. I'm only messing around. I've got a lot more responsibility. I've got a lot more doing. I'm not going to get a chance to film at work anymore. I used to be able to, but them days for me are gone. Corporate Dan these days is what they're calling me. Actually, my mate calls me that, taking the piss. So there could be, this could be the way forward with the post matches because I enjoyed that. The show's longer, more engagement. We're gonna have a chat afterwards as well. So you're probably going to see a lot more live full time. They're always full. It'd be weird if they weren't live, wouldn't it? Some more live streams coming up, but definitely starting Saturday. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I will see you edited version because I'm going to film that. I don't know what I did. Edited version. They've done that in my life. Look like a what's it called? A hairdresser, didn't I? You get an edited version for Burnley. I'm going to film that on Wednesday morning before I go back to work Wednesday afternoon. We'll go from there. But thanks for tuning in, everyone. Really appreciate that. Really enjoyed it. And if you haven't already, the live YouTube subscriber account is rolling across the bottom of the screen. So please subscribe to Lions TV. Enjoy what's left of your evening and your week. Come on, you Lions.